If you've been texting back fast, showing up consistently, doing everything the right way, but still somehow ending up in the background of her life, you're probably stuck in the nice guy trap. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to get out of it. But first, are you actually a nice guy or just guessing? Well, there are signs and they don't lie. Sign 1, you're always available. She texts at midnight, you reply in 30 seconds. She's bored, you drop everything. She cancels, you say no worries and mean it, even when it does bother you. Sign 2, you agree with almost everything she says. Not because you actually agree, but because disagreeing feels risky, like it might cost you something. Sign 3, you've been there for her through multiple situations involving other guys. You listened, you supported, you were patient, and somehow you're still just the guy she calls when she needs to vent. Sign 4, your effort is high, but your results are low. You've invested real time, real energy, real emotion, and gotten a fraction of that back. If you recognize yourself in any of this, there's a good chance you're stuck in the trap. But before I tell you how to get out, we need to talk about what's actually keeping you in it, because the answer is going to surprise you. The biggest mistake nice guys make is thinking the problem is that they're too kind. So they try to fix it by being colder, more distant. They read something online, start ignoring her texts for a few hours, act unbothered, but it feels fake. It plays out awkward and nothing actually changes, because that's not the real problem. Being warm isn't what's hurting you, it's giving your warmth away for free before she's done anything to earn it. Think about it this way. Imagine you're at a restaurant and the chef sends out the best dish on the menu before you've even ordered, for free, without you asking. Seems generous, right? But now that dish has no value to you. You didn't want it, you didn't wait for it, you didn't work for it. You'll probably eat it and forget it. That's exactly what's happening when you pour attention, validation, and effort into a woman who hasn't shown you she's worth it yet. You've already served the meal. There's nothing left to look forward to. This is backed by real psychology, by the way, not dating coach stuff. Actual behavioral research. When something is freely and immediately available, the brain naturally assigns it lower priority. It's not personal, it's just how we're wired. So every time you make yourself completely accessible, completely agreeable, completely easy, you're training her brain to see you as something comfortable, not something compelling. And I know what you're thinking, but I don't want to play games. Good, neither do I. This isn't about games. Here's the difference. Playing games means you're pretending to have options and standards you don't actually have. What I'm talking about is actually having them. Actually building a life where you're not sitting around waiting to see if she replies. That shift, that's what changes everything. Now, before we get into exactly how to break out of this, I want to mention something. If you want to go deeper than what we cover here, if you want to understand what she's actually thinking, whether she genuinely likes you or is just keeping you around, when she's being real versus when she's playing games, I wrote a book called The Truth Detector. Links the first one in the description. A lot of guys said it cracked open things they'd been confused about for years. Check it out. But let's keep going, because it gets more interesting from here. Here's the part nobody talks about. The nice guy trap isn't something you fell into by accident. It was built for you. From a young age, you were told that the way to get a woman to like you is to be good to her. Show up, be consistent, be reliable, put her first. And that advice isn't wrong on its own, but it was missing half the equation. Nobody told you that all of that only works once there's already attraction. Before attraction exists, those behaviors don't build it, they actually slow it down. Think about the last time a girl you weren't interested in was completely devoted to you, texting you constantly, always available, never pushing back on anything you said. How did that make you feel? Probably a little suffocated, maybe guilty. Definitely not more attracted. Now flip that around. That's what you've been doing. Not because you're weak, but because nobody gave you the full picture. So here's what actually creates attraction. And this is where most guys get it completely backwards. Attraction isn't built by showing a woman how much you like her. It's built by making her curious about whether you like her at all. There's a reason the guys who seem to do less often get more. It's not because they're mean. It's not because they're mysterious on purpose. It's because they have their own thing going, their own standards, their own direction. And when a woman can feel that a man's life doesn't revolve around her, that he has places to be, things that matter to him, that her approval isn't the thing holding him together, something shifts. She starts leaning in, because now there's something to earn. Psychologist Albert Bandura spent decades studying self-efficacy, the belief a person has in their own ability to handle things, and what his research consistently showed is that people with high self-belief behave differently in every area of life. They set standards, they walk away from things that don't serve them, they don't beg for outcomes. And that kind of internal strength, that quiet confidence, is one of the most attractive things a man can carry. Not because it's a trick, but because it's real. Women can feel the difference between a man who's pretending not to care and a man who genuinely has his own life. One is a performance, the other is a presence. So the first shift you need to make is this. Stop leading with how much you like her. Start leading with your own life, your own interests, your own opinions, even when they don't match hers, especially when they don't match hers. A man who agrees with everything is a man who stands for nothing, and a man who stands for nothing gives a woman nothing to hold on to. But here's where it gets really interesting, and this is the part I want you to sit with for a second. Most nice guys aren't actually nice. They're anxious. There's a difference. Real kindness is giving without needing something back. What a lot of guys in this trap are actually doing is giving in hopes of getting approval, affection, a relationship, and then feeling resentful when it doesn't come. That resentment is the tell, because if you were truly just being kind, it wouldn't hurt so much when she didn't respond the way you hoped. The behavior looks generous on the outside, but underneath it, there's a transaction happening. And she can feel that transaction even when she can't name it. It makes her uncomfortable in a way she might not even be able to explain, so she pulls back. And you try harder, but the cycle gets worse. This is the part of the trap that's hardest to see when you're inside it, because your intentions are good, you genuinely care, but the energy behind the behavior, that need for her validation to feel okay, is what's pushing her away, and no amount of grand gestures or perfect texts will fix it, because the problem isn't the strategy, the problem is the foundation. So what's the fix? It's not becoming cold. It's not pretending you don't have feelings. It's building a life that you actually want to be living so that your happiness isn't dependent on her response. That sounds simple. It's not easy, but it's the only thing that actually works. And here's the thing, when you genuinely stop needing her approval, the way you show up completely changes. You say what you think. You make decisions without second guessing how she'll react. You're warm, but you're not desperate. Interested, but not obsessed. And that version of you, that's the version she actually wants to know better. This is also exactly the moment when a guy is stuck in this cycle, confused about what she actually wants, whether she's genuinely interested or just comfortable using his attention, that the truth detector does its job. It was written specifically for this, not to teach you manipulation, but to give you clear signals, real ones, so you're not sitting there reading into every text, trying to figure out if she likes you or if you're just convenient. The link is right there in the description. First one, grab it, then come back, because what's coming next is where the actual shift happens. And it's smaller than you think. You don't need to overhaul your personality. You don't need to become someone else. You just need to change one thing. Where your attention goes. Right now, your attention is mostly on her, what she's doing, what she's thinking, whether she's happy with you, whether you're doing enough. That's the problem, because wherever your attention goes, your power goes with it, and you've been handing yours over without realizing it. But the guys who naturally avoid this trap aren't doing anything magical. They're just genuinely focused on their own lives, their work, their goals, their friendships, the thing they're building. And because of that focus, they interact with women from a completely different place. Not, I hope she likes me. More like, let's see if this is worth my time. That one internal shift changes everything about how you come across, your body language, your tone, the way you respond to her, the way you don't respond sometimes. It all becomes different when you're coming from a full place instead of an empty one. So here's the actual plan. 4 things, simple ones. First, have something you're building. Doesn't matter what it is, a skill, a business, a body, a craft, something that has nothing to do with her and everything to do with who you're becoming. This isn't about making her jealous. It's about giving yourself somewhere real to put your energy, because a man with a mission is automatically more interesting than a man whose mission is her. And the side effect, the one nobody warns you about, is that when you're genuinely locked in on something that matters to you, you stop obsessing over her. Not as a strategy, just naturally, because you actually have somewhere else to be. Second, have opinions, real ones. Stop asking her where she wants to eat. Pick a place. Stop agreeing with everything she says just to keep the peace. If you disagree, say so, calmly, without making it a fight, but say it. A man who has no edges gives a woman nothing to push against. And women want something to push against. Not because they want conflict, but because resistance is how they test whether you're real. If you fold every time, she stops trusting your warmth because she knows it's not coming from strength. It's coming from fear of losing her. Third, and this one is the hardest, let there be silence. Stop filling every gap. Stop sending the follow-up text when she doesn't reply. Stop over-explaining yourself. Stop reaching when she pulls back. Silence, used correctly, is one of the most powerful things you can do. Not because it's a trick, because it communicates something real, that you're okay either way, that you don't need the conversation to keep going in order to feel secure. And that quiet confidence does more than 100 perfect texts ever could. Fourth, raise your standard, not your demands of her, your standard for yourself. The guys who never fall into this trap aren't necessarily more attractive or more successful. They just decided at some point that their time and attention are worth something, so they don't give them away without reason. They're warm to women who are warm back. They invest in people who invest in return. They walk away, not dramatically, not with a speech, just quietly when something isn't serving them. That simple decision, made once and then lived out consistently, changes the entire dynamic of every interaction you have. But here's the thing about all four of these. None of them are about her. That's the point. The nice guy trap is fundamentally a trap of outsourcing your self-worth. You made her the judge of whether you're good enough and then tied your behavior to trying to win that verdict. The exit isn't better tactics. The exit is taking the power back, deciding that you're the one doing the choosing, not just the one hoping to be chosen. But that doesn't mean being arrogant. It doesn't mean treating women badly. It means showing up as a man who knows his own value and acts like it consistently, not just when he's feeling confident. Every day, in the small choices, the way he spends his time, the things he tolerates, the moments where he could fold and doesn't. Drop in the comments, what's the one behavior from this video you know you've been guilty of? The availability one? The agreeing with everything? Just say it. Naming it is the first step to actually changing it. And if you want a faster way through this, a way to stop guessing what she's thinking and actually read the situation clearly, the Truth Detector is exactly that. It's the first link in the description. Guys who are stuck in this exact cycle said it was the thing that finally made it click. Go check it out. The real trap was never that you were too good to her. The trap was that you were too good to her before you were good enough to yourself. Click here to watch this video next, and I'll see you there.